So as some of you might know, we have just moved 320 miles. My big fish tank with my goldfish got broken down. It was kind of crappy anyway. The filter is dying. I managed to snap a piece off it, so it's now just free floating. I want to do something that's probably really dumb and something I've not done before. I want to completely overhaul the tank, do live plant setup with decor, and build a wet dry sump. I have watched videos of people making them. I've researched it. I've bought the stuff. And all I have to do now is do it. What better way to do something I've never done before than record it and put it on the internet for everyone who knows better than me to ridicule me? This is my plan. I have an 84-litre storage box, which I'm going to use as base of my sump pump. So I've got a stacked storage thing. I'm going to drill holes in the bottom of the drawers so that I can have a fine filter on the top, bioactive media in the bottom of it. I've also got some carbon, which I'm going to put in a bag in front, just because goldfish are such high waste animals, and I know currently that my tank is a tad overstocked, but that is a problem for another day. I'm going to try and do it electricity free, so obviously it's still going to have a light running on it. With plants I can't not have a light, but I want to not have an electrical pump. So my plan is to do it purely with siphons. Whether this is a plan that is smart, I have yet to find out. However, it is my plan. So that's my plan with that. I've got bioactive media. I've decided with my fine mechanical filter, I wanted something I could wash that was natural. I didn't want plastic, so I went with organic unbleached muslin. If it goes horribly wrong, I have no one to blame but myself. I didn't find anything of people doing it like that. But it's just something to me that seemed like a good idea. Go ahead to tell me in the comments what a terrible idea it is. But for me, it seemed like a more natural, plastic-free way of doing it. I know it seems stupid saying I'm going to do it plastic-free when literally I'm surrounded by plastic. But one aspect of it is going to be plastic-free. So that's the basic filter. And then with decor, I've just got some wood. I've got like a ceramic fake log. These small hides up here are actually for a tropical tank, and the plants are going to be split between that. So that's a separate video, is going to be the tropical tank. It's going to be pretty much the same, setting up decor and stuff like that. It's just not going to have a sump built on it. So the big issue I'm going to have is I need those goldfish out that tank for about a week to allow my plants to root, because goldfish are notorious for ripping up plants. So I just want to give them a week to grow, which is why I have this other 80-litre storage box. During the move, the fish cope quite well being in this box, but that box is now going to become part of the sump. So I just got a cheap 80-litre box. They'll be in that for a week. I couldn't really find anything that suggested specifically cold water plants with goldfish. They don't really run at a cold level because obviously the house is warm, and water is a pretty stable media for temperature. I just ordered my plants on Amazon, and the supplier was called Lincolnshire Pond Plants, and I mean it came really quickly. They sent information on how to plant it, so I have nothing bad to say about them. The plants look good. That's enough of me rambling. Let's get going on starting this. First, I need to move the fish. This is the offending object. There's 5 of them. They're all a little bit stressed out right now because, to be honest, they haven't associated anything that I have done with them in the past month to be good. I'm going to catch them up. I've got a box ready with old tank water in and some fresh water. I've put some plastic plants in there and a hide because I have some, I call them special needs fish. They just got a couple of little bits wrong with them, like maybe they don't swim so well. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of loath to split the group, is just because the ones that need a little bit more support find support with the rest of the shoal. So let's catch them up. That was the easy bit. I'm going to build the sump in our living room and then move it into the office where the tank is, just because if you saw me moving the fish, you'll see there's not very much room. So what I've done is I've taken 3 stack pieces of the shelving unit. I'm only going to use 2 drawers, but the reason I've taken 3 stacks, hello Abra. The reason I've taken 3 stacks is because I want there to be clear room between where the bioactive filter box drains from the bottom, so that I just don't have it draining straight onto the bottom. Now I need to drill holes into the bottom of the box. I've done 1 just to check it's going to work. Using a 5mm drill bit, I'm just going to drill randomly. I'm going to do that in both of them, and then I'll lay down my bioactive media and then we can install it. Okay, that's 1 done. The plastic cracked in a few places, where I probably should have been a little bit more careful, but it's not that bad. It's almost like it wasn't designed to have holes drilled in the bottom of it. I've drilled the holes in the bottom of each of the trays, and I've added my filter media. So in the tray below I have my bioactive filter media. I just got bio rings. That's 2 kilos of bio rings. And then I have my organic unbleached cotton muslin on top. I put the entire 900g bag of carbon in the bag that they provided, and they provide some zip ties, so that's just going to go there. This now needs to get installed underneath the tank.
Why are you sitting on the floor?
I can't get the drop sump to work, so I'm going to have to get an electrical pump for it.
Wah, 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 wah.
But I can decorate it in the meantime. Because the sump will work, I just need a pump to bring it back up. I was trying to be too eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Gravity is working against me.
Gravity. Newton. Bastard.
Damn them apples.
Teething Trika.
He's a cat. He's not affected by gravity. Everything went a little bit shit. So I started doing the fish tank. My idea with the siphon didn't work, which was really annoying. The gravel and sediment was a lot more dusty than I expected, so the water's been really shit, so I've had to drain the tank and redo that. I've also been really sick this week, and so has Josh. So nothing's really happened, and I had to wait for a submersible pump to come in. So I now have the submersible pump. I'm going to install that, and then I'm finally going to be able to plant the plants, and the fish are finally going to be able to go back in. It really hasn't been that long. It's just really annoyed me, the length of time, and it's kind of meant that the plants aren't as good as they were, which is upsetting for me because it's a little bit of a waste of money on my part. It's nothing to do with the supplier because they were perfect when they came. It's just me. So we're going to do that now. Okay, I've submerged my new pump. Everything is there. I need to run this this tubing up around the back and down into the side, because this is going to be my input back in, and then on this side I'm going to have my outtake. So let's see. I'm going to trim it afterwards because I want to make sure that it's long enough. So I've got the outtake pipe in. Currently it's just blocked against the stick. I did a very clever thing, and something you shouldn't do. I dropped the electrical plug into the water. So I now need to wait 2 hours for that to dry out, but it's fine. I've opened up the plug, dried out inside. I'll just leave it like that. It was only in the water for a few seconds. So I'm now going to put the siphon for the outtake in, and then I can go and get all of the plants which I've been holding in my tropical tank, and I can transfer them into this one and plant it out. And then I'll leave it to run for a couple of days, and then I'll move the fish in. So I've got these like stone caves. They aren't new. They had them before. They've got they're a little bit algae ridden. You can see this one's a little bit green. You can't really see the others so well. I've popped them back in because they like those. I've decided to not put the big ceramic log I have in this one. I have decided that currently I might change my mind on it. I'm currently thinking about putting it into the tropical tank because I just think it would looked really good, but I'm not sure. I might change my mind. Right, okay, I'm going to put in the outtake siphon, which is a normal pump siphon, but I cut down the plastic tubing, so with the normal one you can see it has a much longer tube. I cut that down I'm keeping this on it because obviously I don't want to suck in any of my goldfish's fins because they are majority fancy goldfish, so they have big fins on them. So I'm going to have this bit in the tank so that it's nice and safe, it's not going to like hurt anyone, and then this bit is going to go in the sump because I can control flow then. Not having a electrical pump and a siphon means that I'm going to have to do a little bit of tinkering to make sure the intake and outtake flows are, if not the same, as similar as I can get them. Here you go, the sump is primed, it's all up there. I'm trying to tuck, you're not able to see, this is annoying. I'm trying to tuck, excuse the water quality, it's really shit. I'm trying to tuck the pipes behind pieces of decor so it's just not quite so obvious. I'm going to go get the plants now. For my plants, I've also got this API leaf zone. I'm just going to put some of that in because obviously there's not been any fish in here, so the nutrients for the plants aren't going to be great, but I want to make sure they have the best chance. So I'm going to put a good splash of that in. I can't see my head, but you can see the tank there, and that's the important thing. So I've got just 2 moss balls, I'm just going to pop them in. And I just have a little clump of Java moss, so I might split this up. Just some normal plant. So I think, because these get quite tall, so I'm going to shove it in here at the back. And just getting it down past the gravel layer into the sand. There you go. 4 Amazon swords. These are looking really nice. They also grow quite tall, so that's looking good so far, I think. Oh, Java moss has escaped. It's not going to be a high flow tank, so I'm really hoping that the moss will just have a chance. So here I have some hornwort. This can float, you can also plant it, you just need to find the ends. So it's only, I have more in the tropical tank, I just pulled a little bunch out. So I think this bigger chunk, he can be a solo chap, can't he? Pop it here. Nice bit of, I do have some free floating. Well, I have floating, which is going to be my duckweed. But other than that, I really don't want to have much free floating stuff. It's just an opinion, just personal preference really. I know this looks quite big, but I quite like the idea of that being there. I'm fully aware that none of this might work and it might all die. Now I just have a little Anubias nana. It's really small, but it's a really healthy one, so I'm going to give that a chance in here. It's a little dude. That will do fine. I'm calling them all dudes. All my plants are boys, apparently. I've decided this. So I can't remember what these are. However, they've all been doing really, really well. Like, look at the roots on them. So good. I have 5. These are my last 5 plants I'm going to be putting into the floor, and then I just have my duckweed. That's looking okay, isn't it? Ah, that looks really good. Apart from being really cloudy, it's looking okay. So my last one is the duckweed. I've had to leave it in the bag because I didn't want to release duckweed into the tropical tank because I like duckweed, but I really want the frog bit to be like the predominant floating one in that. Yeah, that will sort itself out. So I'm going to give all of that a couple of hours. I'm going to let my pump plug that I dropped in water really annoyingly dry out, and then we'll come and turn on the cycling system, the filtering system, and I'll let that run for about 2 days, and then we'll introduce the fish. But I'm really chuffed with how that's looking so far. Really chuffed. That looks bomb in my opinion. Bomb. So my pump is working, and it's planted, and I'm just gonna let it do its stuff. Too much was coming out, going in, so the water had raised. What I want it to be doing is maintaining. So it's still pumping too much in, the water's raising faster than it's draining. So I need to adjust the flow again. Luckily the jar I've got has an adjustable flow. So the water level is staying the same. We haven't got a really rapid rise or a really rapid decrease. So I think that's equalised. And now I just need to run it for a few days. I'm so excited. I'm proud of myself. It wasn't a clear journey. Okay, so I jumped the gun a little bit yesterday, saying that it had equalised and sorted itself out. It has taken me about 24 hours to get it actually steady, and it's fine now. But before that, I kept having to completely abort it and turn it off. I couldn't have it running because I couldn't leave it for any period of time. I couldn't have it running while I was asleep or anything like that, because it was either draining out too quickly and nearly flooding the sump, or it was draining back into the tank too quickly and nearly draining the tank. So I do now have it running fine. Thankfully, I did have a second siphon because I overestimated how high a flow pump I would need. So I bought one that just pumps too quickly for what I need. So I now have 2 siphons in there. I mean, aesthetically it's a little less pleasing, but I'm not really that bothered by it. The water's cleared up massively. I've had it probably consistently running since 10 AM and the water level stayed the same. Like, all seems fine. I will run it, so it's Saturday today. I'll run it until like midday Monday fishless, and then I'm going to move the fish in. Because, though I wanted to leave it planted for a week, the fish have been out of there for probably that amount of time now, just due to delays that I couldn't help. So this is just a little 24-hour update from me actually getting it planted and getting the sump running. The sump is now running as a fully functional thing, and it's evidently working because it has cleared up massively. The colour of the water obviously isn't going to be crystal clear because I now have stuff in it. There's also a little shrimpy thing that keeps shooting about that has obviously been a stowaway on one of the plants. But I don't mind that, that's fine. You can have a shrimpy buddy. That's what we've got going. So you can see there's 2 new siphon heads here. So it's just an additional one. The duckweed, you can see all the roots of it, it's really nicely come out. Everything's brightened up, everything's a bit more green. Java moss on the main log has disappeared and gone to do its own thing. Everything had to be jutted around a little bit, so you can see like those, the double stack of hides is a little bit on the piss now. I had a bit of a frantic moment, desperately trying to get that siphon in, but it's in there now, and everything seems to be doing really well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this tank grows over the next few months. And I'm so excited to get my fishes in there, because they're going to love it. And also, I wanted to show you guys my very, very high-tech method of measuring to make sure that the water level hasn't gone up. So, prepare yourselves, guys. I have a blue tap blob, so that's how I'm gauging it. Right, so that's it. Next time you see it, hopefully nothing will have gone wrong, and we will be moving the fishes in, and I know they're going to be really happy, because this is amazing for them. They're going to love it. Yeah, see you in 2 days. Abra's going to bite your foot. Abra, don't eat the label! No! Bad Bono! Okay? You just started a show. I'm actually start a show. Get a camera out of face, paparazzi. I am Abwa Kadabwa. So I've got that in my box, and now, excuse me, young man. And I have a bunny helper.